Good morning. Two things that we're going to chit-chat about here this morning is, I wasn't going to mention it, but hey, it's my birthday in a few days. It's today while I'm chatting with you here, but by the time you see this, it's probably going to be my birthday. And when I make another trip around the sun on this rock that we lovely like to call planet Earth, it always gets me, to thinking about things. And I want to chat with you today about working 9 to 5 and how you're never going to get ahead and you're never going to be able to live your dream, the American dream, your dream, whatever dream you have, if you're plugging away at 9 to 5. Like, they just say, oh, get a good job and save some money and work hard, and when you get old, you'll be all set. And we're going to chat about why that ain't true, right? Welcome to Goose Pond Hideout with Rob. So as you know, I'm Rob. It's my birthday, not today, in a few days. And I really wanted to chit-chat with you as I get older. Again, flying around the sun on this little rock that we live on in the middle of this humongous universe. And a big thing is, working 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5 ain't a way to make a living. Boy, isn't that the truth? They've just brainwashed people to that lifestyle of the 9 to 5, get a job, work hard, and you'll be all set. And it's just it really isn't true in today's world, because the thing is sure, do the math. There's all kinds of programs on the computer where you can plug in the numbers. And if you start when you're young, say age 20 or so, like right when you get out of college, if you start saving, let's say $300 a month, and you save from the time you're 20-ish till you get up to, say, 65-ish, you've got $1 million. And so, there's a lot of these people that say scrimp and save, put away your $300 a month, don't get debt. That's one of the big guru things. And not that those things are wrong. I mean, I think debt isn't a good thing either. You don't want to drown yourself so then you got to work the next 20 years just to pay off the junk that you've bought today. So I'm not saying that those are necessarily bad things, but the fact that they're misleading you, because $1 million today, $1 million 50 years ago, $1 million 50 years from now, they're not the same thing. And here's a quick example, is when I graduated college back in 1979, and I started college at 17, and I graduated at 21, and I went to college in Wisconsin because the drinking age was 18 up there in Wisconsin. And that's a story for another time. But from what I remember of my college days, they were pretty good. So anyway, when I graduated from college in 79, that's right, 1979, when I graduated from college, the average salary of a college graduate in 1979 was $17,000 a year. In my first job out of college, I actually made a little over $18,000. So I was above average back then. And but in a house, the average home, the typical American home back in 1979 was $60,000 a year. All right, so the college graduate gets out of school and is making 17 or so, and an average house costs $60,000. Now let's say, because you're 21, most people 22 when they graduate from college, you start saving your $300 a month, and you careful, you live a frugal life, you save your $300 a month, you drive an old car, you don't go out to eat, you don't accrue a whole bunch of debt, and you work and you work and you work and slave away at your 9-to-5 job, and then you get up to 65 years old and now you got $1 million. Okay, but today the average home, the median price home in the United States is like $450. It's really, because I mean, the United States, it depends on where you are. You got bigger, the numbers are all over the place, but basically the median price home is about $450. So how far is your $1 million going to go now, today? Not very far. And you 9-to-5'd your whole life from 22 to 65, gave up living, gave up your happiness, and now you can't afford to buy it anyway. So what do you, and then you're probably, getting sick and stuff. And another interesting statistic that just blew my mind was in 237 cities, so you can Google it, 237 cities in the United States, the typical starter home, okay, we're not talking about a nice house, a big house, a fancy house, we're talking 237 cities in the United States, the starter homes cost over $1 million. $1 million for a starter home. I mean, that's just ridiculous. So, if you start saving today, and it's because of inflation. Back in the 80s, there was a lot of inflation, and they've, compared what's going on, the inflation now to the inflation back then. But there's always inflation, okay? Again, I mean, if I thought about it before, but, we used to say if you made your age, you were doing really well, right? So like you graduate from college and you're 22 and you get your first job and you're making 18, you're pretty close to, and then you get a couple raises, or maybe you get a promotion, and by the time you're 25 you're making 24,000, and your goal was to make your age. I mean, today if you're making your age, you're working at a fast food joint or something. So you start saving today at your 9-to-5 job, and when you get to be my age, sure, you've saved up a bunch of money, but you've deferred your entire life. And let's be honest, deferring life till old age, that's not the thing to do. You want to live life every day and enjoy life and have some fun and, living within your means. So when your birthday comes up, when you have another birthday and you're having your coffee, and I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read what. Very little is needed to make a happy life. I used to have absolutely perfect vision, but now I got to wear my readers because you can't read up close, so I can't see you. You're all blurry. But so when your birthday comes around, think about if you're doing a 9-to-5 thing, and transition to the life that you want to live. And because you don't want to just work 50 or 60 hours at the job either, because you're just making somebody else rich. You're still not getting ahead. So think about what you can do so that you can enjoy life every day, not hate your life Monday to Friday and then have to sleep on the weekend and all that kind of goofy stuff. So happy birthday when it's your birthday. Forget about that crazy 9-to-5. Forget about scrimping and, live your dream. Be happy, because that's what life is really all about. It's about freedom, right?